Hello friends, welcome back. This is Manjunath Chandraya. Today's session we'll be learning how to create a payslip in Excel format and automate the payslip so that values are picked automatically and then save it in PDF without macros. Let's see how can we do that. I have a data called as salary data. I have employee numbers, name, email address, PF number, department where they work, bank account, basic pay, HRA, convenience, special allowance, education allowance, medical allowance, and the gross monthly salary is nothing but the adding all from basic to medical allowance. If you go a little further, we have PF, professional tax, and the income tax. It's nothing but total deductions. Okay, and the net monthly salary is nothing but deducting minusing gross salary minus total deductions, so you're getting the net take home of a particular employee. So do remember guys, the calculation what I have did is not on the actual basis. I have just taken a random amount for the sake of this training, so don't consider that this was the as per the current rates. I've just taken a sample data. So to create a payslip, let's create a sheet. So let's name it as payslip format. Okay. So we'll just create a company. From A to G, I'll select, go to home, insert merge center. Let add a random company name XYZ private limited. Okay. So select this row one. I take this. I'll copy the same format for the A4 because I need to add the entire address. So let's say sixth floor. So let increase the font so that you're able to see. Hope you can able to see now. Let's say sixth floor A block. Okay, and sky towers, Bangalore 54. So I just added the address. So let's go to view, remove the grid lines. So if you click on these grid lines, now it becomes plain. So you can see this. Just go and border that. Once you border this, so we need to add the, let's color this thing. We'll see. Let's go to this. Let's add. Let's have blue, light blue. So now you can see this things looks good. Let's change the format later. So we need to add the logo, company logo. So I have downloaded a logo from the Google, so you can add your logos. Insert. So what I did, went into insert picture. In picture, go to logo. Select the logo. Insert. So it's big. Just select this. You can see the arrow mark here. Just drag it down, bring it down to the smaller size, and see whichever looks comfortable. Just set it align like that. You want to make it a little big, it is also fine. So now it looks good. Let's add the email address. Say x xyz private limited.com. Okay. So now it is not come the hyperlink. So what we do, we just copy this thing, cut this thing, delete, right click, go to hyperlink, and hyperlink go to the email address, paste the email address here, email address. Okay. So in the text to display is nothing but what needs to be displayed. So we just need the email address. I don't want this mail to. Just delete that. Click OK. Now you can see. You can say that pay slip. Sorry. Pay slip April 20th. Just we'll keep this. We'll go ahead and change this later. Let's color this to same color. So now it looks good, right? So just once you select this, we'll increase the border. Okay, border size. Go to borders. We'll add a thick border. You can see thick bottom border. So I'm adding the border down. See, now it looks aligned correctly. So now we need to add the employee details. So when you go to the salary data, you can see the employee name, ID. So I'll select this from A to C, copy the headers, Go to this payslip, right click, space special values, transpose. Transpose nothing but it is in horizontal. It's in horizontal. We need to get it in vertical. So now you can see here it is horizontal. So for that copy pasting, it has come in this order. So we need to add the department. So I'll just copy the department here, paste it here. So space special. So we add all these 4 here. So we need to add the PF number, copy, same here. So from in F column you can add space special that. Okay. Next the bank account details, space values. So you can add working days. So working days can be 30 days or 26 days. You can add based on. So I'll take it as a constant, 30 days. So just increase the column size. Now you can see. So we have employee number, details, everything. So we need to add the salary component. So I'll just select from basic to the till, till medical allowance. Copy, go to format cells, leave two rows, so 11 and 12. I'll just paste it in down, right click, space special values, transpose. Again we need it in vertical. So now you can see it has come in vertical. So same thing, if we go down here to the F column, we need to add the deductions. Let's go, select deductions, PF, professional tax and the income tax. Copy, right click, space values, transpose. So now you got all these things. So once you get this, so deduction later we had it. So it looks like little bit congested, right? Everything is in one row down. So we'll insert a row in between. So insert a row. Once you click once, it comes. Then you can use the F4 function. So F4, it will repeat the same action. So it's now see a special. I'm just inserting one row using the F4 function. So now it has come. So we'll set a color to this. So it looks much. Let's add. Okay. Red accent. Okay. So you can select all using control. See, I'm selecting all. Medical allowance, yes. Income tax, PF, working days. So one shot, I can go ahead and color it. So I can use the borders. Looks good, right? So now we can add we need a box where we need to fill the details. So you go to the box. We have a thick box to highlight it much. See, now it looks same thing. Select all. See, I'm selecting here B column, here G column. Next to the, so we'll go ahead and add the boxes. Now you can see looks good, right? So for the boxes also you can add a some light color. So it looks, so you can add these dark colors if you want, or you can add light. Let's add light color here. Okay, just to see this is not correct selected. So now you can see just into in this. You can see guys. So I'll just reduce this font size so you can see. Looks good, right? So again increase the font size to font 40. So that, yeah, now I'm selecting this employee number. So it looks somehow good. So for the employee details and the basic components, we need to have we need to differentiate. We don't want to keep everything. It doesn't look good. We insert one row again. Insert. Okay. From here, from A to G, we go add a thick borders down. So thick border bottom. So now it looks good, right? Once you add that, so we added the basic count. We need to put the gross total monthly. So leaving two rows, alas gross monthly or amount. So just select these two. Select this. Okay. Just increase. Okay. So we need to add the total deductions. So total deductions. Select these two and format this. Use the format painter. See now, just increase this thing. Now it looks good, right? So next one row down, you can add the net monthly amount. Adding this color, this cell in E and add this box next to down. So what we do, it is little big, right? So we'll go ahead and select these two cells E and F and merge. It looks much better now, right? So once you've done this, and you can add the department numbers, so like signature. So which department they are signing it? Maybe the HR department is signing this. So you can say HR department or the managing the department anywhere. You can put that name, person's name. So looks good. But here what we do, go ahead and select this entire thing now till down, and we'll put a outliner, dark outliner, so that it looks good. Border, thick borders. Now you can see it looks much better, right? So we'll just make it bold. So once you're done, we need to see whether it's in a printing format. So you go to file, print, preview. So so when you see this, so it looks good, right? See now, so everything is comes in the correct alignment. So if you just click on this, it will zoom in. Again, you click, it zoom out. So I feel it looks good. So we'll close print view. So we have added all the 6. Only thing, so I can't go and each time take the employee number, add manually here. So we need to get automatically when the employee number is updated. For that, what we do, we just create a drop down list. So I'll put employee number. So I'll just select the same color. We need to set a drop down list here. Again, we need a month, right? Which month? Every month we need to generate the payslip. So for that we need the month. So I'll take this to format. So we need to have a drop down list for the employee numbers and the month here. So what we do is, if we get employee number here, we'll try to pull the data from the salary data to here using VLOOKUP function. It's very simple. Just put a VLOOKUP, because why we are putting on employee number? So employee number are the constant thing for any given organization, because no two persons has the same employee numbers. For that reason, I'm using the employee number here. Okay, or if you have any other user unique numbers, you can link that. So let's create a drop down list. So for that, you go to data. So I've selected this cell here, L3, data validation. In data validation settings, go to list. We need a list. You see a range here. Go to the salary part. So sometimes using 2007, you're not able to go there. So it's not allowing us. Okay, let's cancel this. So we know we need this column. So I can't select only the A to 12, right? Because data can increase, employees can be hired. So again, this data may increase. So I need to select the entire A column. Let what we do, go here, click here, equals, select the entire A column. So usually that data validation, it will pick. If it's not picking, you can use this shortcut. So once I clicked here, so you can see here, I can see this path, range path. I'll copy this path. I'll delete it. Go here. I'll keep the cursor in L2. Go to again data validations, list in source. You just paste that range. Since it is not allowing us to go there, so we have created a shortcut of getting that range and paste it here. Now you can see the list. Say example, if I add something here, say 111, you should pick. So if you go down, you can see 111, right? So whenever the data is added, still it takes the list. So this is done. So we need a month. So for month, just go to the create somewhere here, say month or column, say start from January, sorry, 1/1/2020. So copy the same thing down and just add February month too. So it's, if you select and drag it down, as you see, months are getting changed till December. Okay, just make it a little big. So till December. So select this, right click, format cells. We need to get the format in this April-20. Go to date, just go down. You can see somewhere here March hyphen year. Select that. So now everything is changed to that format. Okay, just we'll add a borders to keep it looks good, just for the okay. Now we need to link this one. So again, set the cell near the L5, go to data validations list, right? I'm going to select from year to year. So I'm not selecting the entire column because month will be only 12. So I'm just selecting from yeah, O2 to O13, I think. Yeah, O14. So you can see here 14. So now got the drop down of the month. So we got both the drop downs. So it is not, see, we don't know whether it is there. So we'll create a border here so that anybody knows that we need to go ahead and select here. Select borders. So now it looks right. If you keep the cursor here, you can see the drop down. So once you're done, so now we are able to get the employee number. So we need to link this employee number to this where all the data is started gets picked up in this payslip. So for that we can use the VLOOKUP function. So we go into this particular box. So we need the employee number. So use VLOOKUP. Okay. Open box. Select this cell L2. Lookup value. What we are trying to look is looking up the employee number. So table here is nothing but where the data source data. So salary tab. So A column. As you drag, you can see that it says 2C, 3C. So I'll go and select the entire range of data till month salary. So I'll go and freeze this thing so that nothing is moved when we copy the formula down or somewhere else. I log these cells using F4 function. So the employee number, which column we need to get data. So we need the employee number. Employee number is first column. So this is first. So we need the first column as the employee numbers. I put 1. Obviously, see now it's picking up this data. Put 0. Once you put the 0, click OK. Once you put the 0, you got the employee number. Again, we look up, or you can copy this formula. Before copying this formula, the range we have selected. See if you see, if I do F2, it is selecting this cell, right? So I need to freeze this cell so that if I copy the formula down, this range should not change. So this example, if I copy this formula down into this box, you can see the box range is going down. So we need to get the employee number for the details. So let's go ahead and freeze this particular L4, L3, sorry. So here see, you can see, or you can click this box and you can freeze using the F4 function. Now it is freezed. Now I copy this formula down. So now it's showing the employee number. I need the employee name. So as you know, employee number is 1, second column is 2. So I'll go ahead and change the number as 2. See, now you can see the name, it's popping up here. Same thing, I'll copy this down. Again, I'll change it to 3 for the employee email address. See, now it is taking. So you can align later. Yes, department. So department is in different column. So let's see here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth column has the department. So let's go change it to fifth column. So I'm just changing to fifth. So that reason I have selected the A to R. So it's easy to see, now it says sales department. Same thing we need to do for PF number. So I'm just copying this formula down. So it PF number. So once you go 1, 2, 3, fourth column is the PF number. So select, click, fourth column. See, and the bank details. Bank details is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th column. So let's go and put the 6th column. Copy the formula down. 6th column. Yes. So now you see it has taken the bank details. So now we go for the, now we have got all the employee details. So we need to get the so basic amount columns. So copy the formula anywhere down. So now basic is in which column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th, 7th column. Let's go change it to 7. Right. So now you can see the basic, copy down. HR is 8. Since everything is in order, 8 conveys. So I know I just need to change one number each time. So 8, right? So copy the down. Now I need to change it to 9 for the convenience. Copy down again. 10 for the special alliance. Copy the formula down. 11, right? Medical alliance. 12. Okay, so now we have taken 12. So next is gross. So gross, what I'll do, I'll go ahead and sum this total equals sum this total. So if I sum, so we have the decimals, we can set it to round off. So we'll just go ahead and round off this to using ohm cell. So now it is 70,045 rupees. So we need to create it for PF thing also. So copy this formula to the PF. So we need to check what is the row number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th. 14th row is the PF number. So go to 14. So once you put 14, you get the PF number. So you got the PF number. So let it round off to. So again copy this formula. So next it's an order. So I'll change it to 15. So special professional tax, now it's income tax. 15, you need to change it to 16. So simple guys. Once you set the formula correctly, so you need to get this total deduction. So use the sum formula and select all these three. So total deductions. Now you got the total deductions here. So total net amount is nothing but gross minus net. Sorry, total deduction. So this is his net monthly salary. Let's check in the for the whose name it is Pam. So 104 employee ID. Let's check what is his net amount. So net amount is 63585. 63585. See, it is taking correctly. So if I go and change it again this to 7, let me reduce the size so that you know that the changes have what's happening here. So 107. Now you can see it is taking RAM email address, everything clear, right? Say 64,575. So it's very simple guys, it's taking. So we need to get the month now. So we have set this one here. So we need to get the it's say payslip is somewhere here and month is here. We'll go ahead and club these two. So how are we going to do that? So this delete this one. So we'll go ahead and merge this F and G column for this cell. So merging it. See, pay. For that you use the AND function to club these two. So we are adding a text. Open with a double quote pay slip hyphen, or you can give space hyphen, close the bracket. So this is the text and select the cell which you where the month is. So I've selected this. So hit. So now nothing is showing. Let me select the say April month. So okay. Thing is that this format has changed. So let's say I know why it is happening. So let's try. If it doesn't take, then we'll make some changes. So now it is not taking because we are concatenating this with this cell. So for this we can use a text formula. I have already trained this in last session. You can go and check my video for text formula. So we'll add text formula here and text open bracket. So select this cell. So we use the box so it will be easy to know. So which value you want to select this. So we need what as April hyphen 20. So month, so 1 2 3 hyphen YY. If you select these two, click OK. Now you can see guys, it is taking. So hyphen, we can give one more space here. Sorry. So hyphen. Now you can see how it looks. Just border this, bold it. Looks good, right? So text formula I already trained in last video. If you can go and check my video, so you'll know how to use this text formula. It's very simple. Using this text, select this cell. Is the 3, so we need April, 3 M's, alphabet, hyphen, year is 20. So I added 2 Y's. So it's now you can popping up here. So now it looks good. Let's go ahead and change it to some other person. 110. So let's change it to July. See July. The values are getting changed. Okay, and you can also keep a check whether the values are picking correctly. So how we can do it? Just say what I did is, so I was summing up these totals, right? Or you can give a checkpoint here saying that equals, we look up this cell. Okay, let's open this box, table area, go to the salary date, so employee, go to the last net amount. So net amount is 18th C. So 18th is nothing but 18th column. Select, freeze this cell, put 18, 0. So it gives the total what actual net amount. So if you can see this 70695, 70695. So we'll make it as, remove the decimals. So we can use a equal minus this. So you know it should be always 0. So in case it is, you send some values, you know that something is wrong. So either some problem, the formula is not picking correctly. Now you say I can go ahead and click. It is taking 82,478. Now it is 0. So what I did is, this is the total I have picked from the salary data, and I am minusing the net amount. So only what I did is I totaled year. So something somewhere formula is deleted, something has happened. It's the checkpoint. We can know that if it is 0, then we know the data is in salary data total, and this is matching correctly. If there is a balance, then something is wrong. So once you selected this, go to print view. Now you can see the total is taking correctly. See how it looks, right? You want, you can alignment this amount to the left hand side or right. Let's keep it this, see. So go. Now you can see. Very simple, guys. So now we are done with the payslip. Now it is values are picking. So we need to create to a PDF. So for that, what you can do is, I already added something here. So go to file, click options, customized. So I'll just remove this. Customize, go to popular comments, go to the print review. You can see the print review. Select, move it this side into the, add it in the queue. Click OK. Now that it has come here, so you can see the print view. So it's like a button. So if you have this, click directly print view. So we know that everything looks good. Print. So you can set this into PDF, right? Click OK. So go into the file where I saved trainings. I can put I know the employee number, say employee and hyphen 109. So let's go and check whether that file is, see here. Look guys, so simple. HR department. If you want, you can do some more changes, or you want to keep it as you want. But this looks good, right? So without macros, if you have some data, you can get this easily. So you can hide these things. So this is not showing anywhere. You can hide all these things if you want. So very simple, guys. So if you don't, no need of getting a macro to run this. Maybe you need to create 10 times to get the file. If you have macro, it automatically generates this file into PDF and save in the desktop. That also can be done. So if you want to do manually, this is, I feel, the much better and easy way. So the values are picked correctly. This is a checkpoint to check. I hope this video was interesting. If you feel this video was interesting, kindly subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more interesting videos and learnings. Thanks for your time. Happy learning.